it's just him like locking down Luca, locking down Drew Holiday, locking down like this guy, locking down like making Middleton's life a nightmare. But
Right.
like it's his highlight clips aren't him defending Jokic or Anthony Davis. Like
Right, right. But I think Lamarcus would be better at handling those guys. I think Blake would
right,
be better at handling those guys. Those guys get killed when they get put on the guys that
yep,
Claxton can handle. And then also I just think having all that length with KD together, it just gives you an advantage that you just can't waste that. You gotta make that a part of your weaponry. You got to apply the Bill Belichick school of do the things that people can't stop and
yep.
stop the things that that they think they do best. And I think to some degree they will. I think Steve Nash knows what Claxton is right now, but you know, you got vets. You kind of got to go with the vets too. Joe Harris will probably be the starter, by the way, which I do not love at all. But again, how could you be unhappy about anything that's happening? Have you any thoughts on the Joe Harris starting thing?
Yeah, it's weird. Like I don't. I find like how they're gonna do like the rosters and the starting lineup is must be just like so bizarre. Like I don't I like because I feel like it's so matchup dependent, and I know that these teams like to get some type of flow in terms of like who's going to be starting, when are people coming in, when are they coming out. But
Mm-hmm.
like this team just like to me it just strikes me as like a team that's going to have to do like the hockey subs type thing. You know what I mean? Like it's just like Millsap comes in, like he gets tired. Claxton comes in, he
You know
needs a breather.
they shouldn't because they need to stagger. They need to give Harden moments where it's him alone out there that he could just get busy, and they need to give KD time like that, and Kyrie needs time like that. So it would make sense to stagger those three on the court, and how much they all three play together, and just find good pairings with two of them at a time. Staggering, you know who's on the court with them.
Yeah, like no, and it's interesting because I know you've mentioned this before, and it's what makes like what Marks has done so special. But at the same time, it's also from like a lineup perspective makes things a little bit more tricky. But it's like you have so many guys on this team, and none of them are like replicas of each other. They all like are kind of bringing something a little bit different. Like
Mm-hmm.
like Bruce Brown is like this like bizarro like 6'4" can be like a center, and then you have like Harris, and then you have Mills who can like shoot but also can ball handle, and then like Carter is there for like his defensive point guard stuff, and like you have Millsap and Aldridge who are maybe like the two most alike but are also kind of also different. Like Blake is different than those guys. Like it's just like a weird like that's why pairing it up actually seems like from a Nash perspective, it's like it's a good problem to have, but it just
Right.
seems like it's a lot of like all these guys have different skill sets, and I didn't even and when I was just doing all these listing all these guys, I didn't even mention the rookies. Like like can you have a lineup that has like Cam Thomas and like Mills together with like then some of the bigger dudes? Like I don't even know. Like it's just it's a lot of like talent, and
Right.
like they're all like different, like super different.
Right, and again, there's another one. Patty Mills is another reason why I just feel like there's going to be a lot of Patty Mills starting nights. You need something else. You need a way to have uh, another shooting guard, and I think that's Joe Harris. But they're going to play him at small forward. I think the Nets realized last year that they have been neglecting their their uh their need for size, and they they definitely addressed it this summer, but they have to also address it in their strategic thinking as well. Anyway, any comments on camp before we roll out? Any thoughts on stuff that you're hearing coming out of camp? How do you feel about the ongoings besides what we saw today in the game?
No, I mean, look, I think, I mean, the cool thing, or not cool thing, that's a over exaggeration. The good thing is, I guess we'll figure out one way or another about Kyrie's situation. If he's in an Instagram video at HSS, then like I'm assuming all is well. If he's not, like he's not, because I think they're flying back to New York today or tomorrow.
Right.
So I mean, they're going to do practices like still, like they have their their games and whatnot. Like it's just I don't know that situation is weird. I'm wondering if the Wiggins thing he got vaccinated today if that affects anything. But
Yeah, man,
besides,
I would hate to think Andrew Wiggins is a bigger person than Kyrie.
yeah,
And so many people get mad because the Kyrie hive is out there, and to the Kyrie hive, I'd like to say fuck you. Um, I don't care. I don't care how much you love him. I love him. I'm not mad at Kyrie for being Kyrie. I'm mad at Kyrie because what he's doing is dangerous. It
yeah,
hurts people. Um, you know, I've shared my story with you guys in the last episode. I I've lost people that I really care about, but I don't matter. It's the basketball fraternity that matters. How do you process people talking this way if you're called Anthony Towns?
yep,
You almost lost your dad. You lost your mother, your mom to COVID. And all of like I watch Brad Bill just sit up there and be smug and act like you if you get the vaccine you can still get COVID, right? Yeah, like 1.7% if we're talking about Moderna, which I got Pfizer, so that's like 93%.
yeah,
Still, if I catch it, I beat it, and I don't pass it on to people, and I don't get people sick, and I don't potentially kill someone older or someone vulnerable in my family amongst the people I care about. And even catching it because you beat it, do you know how much damage it does to your body for you to lose your sense of smell? For you to just be like, I just lost my sense of smell. What? That's you just lost your sense of smell. I Kyrie's such an intelligent guy. He's curious. He's thought provoking. He means well. But part of becoming a superstar and part of getting all these people following you and worshiping you is you get a warped sense of the world. You think you know better. Like watching him talk to his fans on live, it was like a cult leader.
yep,
And none of that is healthy. Especially not healthy for Kyrie. And typically I'm like, this is just the time, this is just the day and the age, it's whatever. He deserves it. He's a historic basketball talent. But with what comes with that, with great power comes great responsibility. Thank you, Uncle Ben Parker. um, I think people need to know that because there's a lot of people who don't have his resources, who don't have his access, who can't ask the questions that he can ask and have answered, who believe in him, who are counting on him to be the one who knows. Not counting, but almost subconsciously saying, hey, if Kyrie says, if you could sell so many sneakers, you could sell bullshit too.
yep, yeah,
So
no, yeah,
so I would hate to see Kyrie miss 43 games. I would hate Kyrie to be, because if we don't win the championship, there's a 99.9% chance that it's not because Kyrie missed 43 games. But if we don't win a championship and Kyrie misses 43 games, that's all everybody's going to say. That's
yep,
all everybody's going to talk about. And I don't want that to be Kyrie's basketball legacy, to just have been the dickhead who could never get along, who could never just go with the flow, who could never just, be normal. Especially with the bigger picture of what they can accomplish. So I'm hoping they get that together. I have a little bit of faith. I was told he would KD had him convinced, and it was going to get taken care of on Friday, but Wiggins came out and Kyrie didn't. So I don't know. I hope that resolves itself, and I respect everybody's opinion on this. I really, really do. I just have a strong bias because I've lost people. I've lost a lot of people that mean a lot to me, And so that being said, I just want us to just think about each other and think about our larger society. Okay, I think that's our first post game joint.
Yep.
Of this season, preseason, but it's a good warm up. Sam, you feel good?
I'm feeling good. I am so pumped. It's gonna be a fun NBA season.
Yeah, man. No, I like all praise is due to Sean Marks. Sean Marks Salah. I see you out there, Kiwi. you did it, buddy. You did it. We're gonna have fun with this. We're gonna pull Bam in. He hasn't abandoned the show. We have our Podthorn group chat. We are planning all kinds of different shows. It's gonna get really cool. It's gonna get interesting, and bear with us that's out there because we're still re-putting back together the show underneath the new brand. Samuel LaChow, you got anything you want to say to people before we bounce?
Only thing I'm going to say is, obviously Podthorn is all Nets, which I love because this is like this is one of the most interesting teams ever, let alone the most interesting team in the league. But tomorrow we're going to do which is Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be doing a Spaces. I'm in DC right now. Gambling is legal, so I'm going to do an over/unders for all 30 NBA teams. We're going to run through them. Anyone is welcome. I'm going to try to give the speaker request to anybody that wants to talk about their team who's not even a Nets fan, whatever it is. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There's some interesting numbers. Truth be told, I've already bet the under on the Knicks wins, which I'm pretty amped about. So
yeah, and everybody who listens to us from the at front office days or front office pod. Obviously now we are the Podthorn Show. My personal account was the one that a lot of people were connected to at Yves Darbouz, which is currently suspended, maybe making a comeback. I know people. Maybe I could get forgiven. But follow at Podthorn on Twitter. Follow us because we'll be able to let you know when we go live on Spaces. We're thinking about doing a Clubhouse, so we'll have a Clubhouse account for the Podthorn account and for Sam and myself and Bam and myself. So a lot of fun stuff. Just join us. Like, we're not asking you to like and subscribe and do all the other stuff. We just want you to ride with us. If you could do those things if you want. It does kind of help us and to get the show out. But really what we care about is that you listen to the show, that you participate, and you hit us up, and we all chronicle this historic season, or what should be a historic season together, right, Knicks fans? All right, Sam, say bye to the people, and we out of here.
Adios. Adios.
Stop on.